Okay, so using the link that you should have been given, or is also in the description below, go to the GitHub page and you'll be greeted with this. Scrolling down, you'll see all of the technical documentation that you don't need to worry about for now, but at the top we're going to look at these two links here. First one is to download and install PD Extended, which in this case I'm using Windows, but it's also available for Mac OS and even Linux as well, or Ubuntu. Once you've downloaded and installed that, it's time to download the actual project. You can do that by clicking this link here, or by going to clone and download zip. Either way, it's the same thing. You'll end up downloading a zip file, which you can extract in a safe place on your machine. So once those are both downloaded and PD is installed, run PD Extended, and you'll be greeted with this horrendous looking window. So setting up the audio, we'll be clicking Media, and if you're a standard user, you're just using the headphone jack of your laptop, click this option here. If you're using a specialized sound card, click this one here. In this case, I'll just go for the standard, as it's probably what most people would be doing. So as for the settings, the sample rate set to 44/100, delay at 100, and the block size 64 seems to work well for this machine. The block size of 64 is a bit odd, as lower numbers require higher processing power, but I'm going to stick with it for now. If it doesn't work for you guys, and you'll see in a second why that might be, then feel free to start off with something like 512 and then working your way down, or even try 1024. But for now, this is what I'm going to be using. We don't need to worry about the input device, as this program doesn't take any input. And the output device you can use as whatever you want. In this case, let's not use my specialized sound card. We'll just use my TV as the output device. So once that's done, we can test the audio by clicking Test Audio and MIDI here, and generating a tone by clicking there. The tone sounds smooth, so I'm happy with that. If it doesn't sound smooth, for example, like that, then that might be because the delay is too small or the block size is too small. So feel free to adjust these two values until it sounds smooth. Ideally, you'd want to minimize the delay value, but also leave a little bit of headroom because this program's quite heavy. So 100 seems to be pretty safe for now. Okay. So now we're ready to start setting up the Launchpad, which you can get from your chief engineer. Once you have it, plug it in using its cable to an available USB port on your machine. Once it's done doing its pretty lights thing, go into PD, click Media, MIDI settings, make sure the Launchpad is actually selected as your input and output device. Click OK. Again, you can test it by going back into Media, Test Audio and MIDI, hitting a few buttons and looking at these numbers change. Cool. So that's pretty much all the setup needed for the project. Now we're ready to actually start playing around with it. So now that we've finished setting up PD, we're ready to actually open the project by clicking File, Open, navigating to wherever you saved that extracted zip file, clicking src, and finding LaunchpadRadioTool.pd. And there it is. So on the left is just this console printout. Can't open means that there wasn't anything saved, and you're looking out for this done loading message, which tells you that you can actually start using the project, as loading can take a long time if you have a lot of large samples saved in these pads, which we'll get around to later. All right,